Hello everyone. Today we'll discuss one of the most important and the complex topic of embryology, that is the fetal circulation. So first of all, before going into detail about the full explanation, we'll discuss about the main important components included in the particular circulation. So in this, as you can see over here, we have first of all, this is the placenta and the fetal side of placenta. Now this red color vessel shown over here, it is the umbilical vein. Red color one is the umbilical vein, while this particular purple color vessel, it is the umbilical artery. Now why this particular umbilical vein is shown red in color over here? Because this particular umbilical vein in the fetal circulation actually carries the pure, or we can say the oxygen rich blood, while this particular umbilical artery actually carries the mixed blood. Now as we'll go ahead, we'll meet one bypass, or we can say the shunting vessel known as the ductus venosus. So remember right now simply that this ductus venosus is nothing but a bypass or shunting vessel. Now what does it bypasses? What is the importance of this? We'll discuss about this later, but right now just remember the ductus venosus is nothing but a shunting or the bypass vessel. Now we'll go ahead, this is the heart. And over here we have one more shunting or bypass vessel, that is the ductus arteriosus. So umbilical vein, this red color, this is the umbilical artery, purple one. Over here in the liver we will meet one bypass vessel, that is the ductus venosus. Ahead we will go, we'll get the heart, and over here we'll have this one more bypass vessel, that is the ductus arteriosus. Simple. Now let's discuss about the full explanation of the fetal circulation. Now whatever amount of pure blood, or we can say the oxygen rich blood coming from the mother side of placenta will actually enter into the umbilical vein. Now this is the umbilical vein. It will go ahead. Now what will happen? This will actually enter into the liver. Now in the liver, you may know we have portal vein. And the portal vein has two branches. We all know, that is the right and the left branch of portal vein, right? So what happens, this umbilical vein actually gets connected with the left branch of portal vein. Remember, with the left branch of portal vein of the liver, right? Now what happens after this is that after connecting of this particular umbilical vein to the left branch of the portal vein, what happens is small amount of blood actually enters into the sinusoids of the liver, very small amount of blood, while the majority of amount of blood actually gets bypassed from the liver into the inferior vena cava, or we can say towards the heart. What happens, if you remember, this particular ductus venosus is the bypass, or we can say the shunting vessel. Now because of this particular ductus venosus help, this particular pure blood from the umbilical vein will be bypassed from the liver towards the inferior vena cava. Now from the inferior vena cava, the pure blood will actually enter into the right atrium. Now let's discuss from the beginning again what happened till now. The pure blood from the placental side will actually enter, from the mother's side will actually enter inside the fetal side by the way of umbilical vein. Now this will actually go ahead, we actually enter inside the liver. In the liver there is portal vein, and this particular umbilical vein will get attached to the left branch of portal vein. So over here small amount of blood will actually remain inside the sinusoids of the liver, while the majority of the blood will actually get bypassed from the particular liver to the inferior vena cava by the help of ductus venosus, the shunting vessel. Now this blood will actually enter into the right atrium. Now what happens after this? Now over here from the right atrium, majority of the blood goes into the left atrium, by the way of foramen ovale, right? As you can see over here, let's magnify this thing. So whatever amount of pure blood which actually entered inside the right atrium from the inferior vena cava, now over here the pure blood from the IVC will actually enter inside the right atrium, right? So now over here from this blood, majority of the particular pure blood which actually entered inside the right atrium will enter inside the left atrium by the way of foramen ovale, as you can see. And over here small amount of blood actually enters into the right ventricle, by the way of this particular atrioventricular valve. So majority of the blood actually enters into the left atrium by the way of foramen ovale from the right atrium, and small amount of blood actually enters into the right ventricle from the right atrium by the way of this particular atrioventricular valve. Simple. Okay. Now what next happens? Now we got two different bloods over here, which first blood actually enter inside this particular left atrium, and the other blood will actually enter inside the particular right ventricle from this particular right atrium. Right. Now we'll discuss about these two things separately. First of all, let's discuss about the blood which actually entered from the right atrium to the left atrium. Now what happened to this particular blood which actually entered into the left atrium? Now what happens? We all know in this particular left part, from this particular left atrium, the blood will actually go towards the, of course, left ventricle, right? And from this left ventricle, the blood will enter inside this particular aorta, okay? And from this aorta, through various branches, this particular pure blood will actually enter towards the superior extremities of the body. Okay, this particular pure, very pure blood will actually enter towards the superior extremity, which actually includes the brain, head, the upper, almost all the important and the vital structures actually present towards the superior most part of our body, right? So simple. From the right atrium, the majority of the blood enters into the left atrium by the way of foramen ovale, and from this left atrium, the blood enters into the left ventricle, and from this left ventricle, the blood actually enters into the aorta, and from this aorta, the blood will actually reach to the upper important structures, including the head, brain, neck, whatever the structures in the upper extremities, right, in the uppermost part of the body. Now what happens to the blood which actually enter into the this particular right ventricle from the right atrium? Now over here, remember, this particular blood which actually entered inside the right ventricle is not as pure as the blood which actually entered inside the left atrium. Now why I am saying this? Because this particular blood which actually entered inside the right ventricle from the right atrium is now mixed with the impure blood coming from the superior vena cava. Yes, what happens is, whatever the blood we actually enter from the right atrium to the right ventricle now gets mixed with the impure blood coming from the superior vena cava. So this particular blood which is present in the right ventricle is not as pure as the blood which was in the left atrium. So now what happens? This particular comparatively less pure blood will now, from the right ventricle, will now move into the, we all know, to the pulmonary trunk. Now this is the pulmonary trunk, right? Now what happens over here? Now from this pulmonary trunk, I told you before, we have one more shunting vessel over here, that is the ductus arteriosus. Now what this will do? This ductus arteriosus will actually shunt the blood from the pulmonary trunk into the aorta, as you can see. This is the pulmonary trunk, this is the ductus arteriosus. So this will shunt the blood from the pulmonary trunk towards the aorta. Now what will happen? Now mainly this comparatively less pure blood will actually enter from this particular ductus arteriosus and will actually go towards the descending part of aorta. Okay, and this less pure blood will actually supply the lower part of the body, including the legs and all this stuff in the lower part of the body. Okay, so over here we can say that the pure, very pure blood will actually supply the upper part of the body. Okay, and the comparatively less pure blood by the way of ductus arteriosus will go towards the downward direction and will supply the lower part of the body, okay, by the way of ductus arteriosus. All right, so as you can see over here in this diagram, the blood from this particular ductus arteriosus go into this particular part and will supply the lower part of the body, okay, by the way of this particular vessel. Now what happens after this? I told you before only that the particular umbilical artery, okay, actually carries mixed blood. Okay, so from over here, this particular umbilical artery will go back towards the placental side of fetus, okay, and will actually go towards the mother side carrying the mixed blood. So this is the umbilical artery. Remember, the umbilical artery over here carries the mixed blood, and umbilical artery is actually a branch of the internal iliac artery. Okay, so let's discuss this whole process again. What happens? The pure blood coming from the mother side will actually enter towards the umbilical vein. Okay, now this umbilical vein will actually go towards the liver, and in the liver, this particular umbilical vein will get attached to the left branch of portal vein. Okay, now over here, very small amount of blood remains inside the sinusoids of the liver, while majority of the blood will be get bypassed from the ductus venosus towards the inferior vena cava. Okay, and from this inferior vena cava, the blood actually enters inside the right atrium. Now from this right atrium, majority of the blood actually enters into the left atrium by the way of foramen ovale, while small amount of blood actually enters inside the right ventricle by the way of atrioventricular valve. Okay, now what happens to this particular very pure blood inside the left atrium? This particular blood will actually go on to the, of course, left ventricle, and from this will actually enter inside the aorta, and from this through its branches it will supply the structures in the upper part of the body, okay, including the brain, head, etc. While this blood which actually enter inside this particular right ventricle from the right atrium will be comparatively less pure as compared to the blood which actually enter into the left atrium. Why? Because this particular blood in the right ventricle will be get mixed with the impure blood coming from the superior vena cava. Right, now this comparatively less pure blood from the right ventricle will be entering inside this particular pulmonary trunk. Okay, now in the pulmonary trunk there is one shunting vessel, or we can say the bypass vessel, that is the ductus arteriosus. Now this particular ductus arteriosus will bypass the blood from this pulmonary trunk towards the aorta. Okay, and from this aorta, from the descending aorta, this particular comparatively less pure blood will supply the lower part of the body. Okay, and from all this structure, the mixed blood will actually enter inside the umbilical artery. Umbilical artery is a branch of internal iliac artery, and from this will actually enter inside this particular placenta. Okay, and will go towards the mother side, okay, to get pure again. So this was the whole concept of fetal circulation. Now what happens to the important vessels of the fetal circulation after birth? So after birth, the particular umbilical artery becomes the medial umbilical ligament. So the medial umbilical ligaments are the anatomical remnants of the obliterated fetal umbilical arteries, while the ligamentum venosum, it is the fibrous remnant of the ductus venosus. Okay, while the ligamentum arteriosum, it is a small ligament that is the remnant of the ductus arteriosus, while the ligamentum teres hepatis, or we can say the round ligament of liver, it is the remnant of umbilical vein of the fetal circulation. So today up till here, I tried my best to explain this complex topic in a very simpler manner. But though if you are having any kind of difficulty or questions or queries, please comment me in the comment section below. Thank you so much.